President Biden is holding his first in-person meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping on Monday ahead of the Group of 20 summit, the G20. The White House says the leaders will discuss how to, quote, responsibly manage competition and work together where interests align. They will also discuss a range of regional and global issues, including Russia and the war in Ukraine. Joining me now to talk more about this meeting is Gordon Chang. He is the author of The Coming Collapse of China. Gordon, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Marty.
My first question to you, sir, why do you think it took 2 years into President Biden's presidency to meet in person with President Xi?
First of all, the Chinese leader just didn't leave China until September of last year. And he didn't want his first meeting to be with the United States. He wanted to be in the region or with friends of China. So that slowed things down as well. But I think Xi Jinping at this particular time knows he needs to speak to the United States. So that's why he decided to go to the G20 and meet Biden at this time.
Turning to the war in Ukraine, what do you expect the two leaders will discuss about the war?
Well, Biden will continue warning the Chinese about not supplying military information, not giving help. Xi Jinping will look at Biden and say, well, you've warned me so many times before. I've gone ahead and done that anyway. So what are you going to do about it? This is just the issue of American policy being deliberately ineffective because the Americans know that the Chinese are supporting the Russians to the hilt and not doing anything about following up on their warnings.
Yeah, and in that same vein, you take me to my next point. Do you expect there will be discussion of American aid to Ukraine and Chinese aid to Russia?
Well, certainly Chinese aid to Russia will be on the agenda. I don't know what Xi Jinping is going to say about American aid to Ukraine. He'll probably mention maybe, you shouldn't be doing it, but that's not going to deter Biden at all. But the real issue here is that the West has imposed sanctions on Russia. China has violated them, and China has skirted them. But the one thing that China has done is supplied military information and assistance to Russia. And the Biden administration knows about it and has decided not to impose those costs on China.
And we know part of this meeting is to keep tensions and relations from deteriorating even further. Do you think this meeting will change anything about the relationship between the United States and China?
I'm sure that they're going to announce, for instance, working groups to talk about areas of cooperation and areas where they disagree. But I don't really see it changing the Chinese attitudes. And China is going to continue on provocative and belligerent behavior. And it will continue to do that until the Biden administration starts to impose those costs on China. When we see the imposition of costs, then I think China will move in a better direction. But the Biden administration doesn't want to do that. So I don't see any really important initiatives coming out of this meeting.
Okay, Gordon Chang, thank you so much for your time. We'll check back in next week when all of this comes to light after the meeting.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.